Hey, what's up, people? Piz out here. And continuing my series, The 13 Days of Friday the 13th, today I'm going to talk to you guys about Friday the 13th, A New Beginning, the most infamous Friday the 13th film, the black sheep of the Friday the 13th series, because of one simple reason. Friday the 13th, A New Beginning is a Friday the 13th film sans Jason Voorhees. That's right, we have an imposter Jason. We've got a fella donning the guise of Jason Voorhees in order to wreak vengeance against this halfway house for troubled teens. It just happens to be on Crystal Lake, and among them is Tommy Jarvis from Friday the 13th Part 4, now played by John Shepherd. Now, for this reason alone, people have completely written off Friday the 13th, A New Beginning. They hate the film. The least said about it, the better. To them, it's not even a part of the Friday the 13th franchise. Now, as many of you know, I love this film. I love this film. I will defend this film until the day I die. And what I don't think a lot of people understand about Friday the 13th, A New Beginning is it's a murder mystery with psychological elements in the film. You're not supposed to know who is committing the murders in the film. You are supposed to wonder, is it Jason? Is Jason not dead? Is he still alive? Did he not die at the end of Part 4? Or is it Tommy Jarvis, who at the end of Part 4, it appeared was going to, the evil had been passed on to him. He was going to, the machete had been placed, in his hand, and he would be, possibly the killer from this moment on. And in the Friday the 13th world, at this point, Jason was truly dead. Of course, the killer turns out to be Roy, an ambulance driver, and he's getting revenge against these kids because his son, his estranged son, was axed to death over a candy bar. So, yeah. But Friday the 13th Part 5, and I can almost meet you guys halfway. You detractors, you haters, I can almost meet you halfway. Because when I first saw the movie many years ago, I didn't hold it in the highest esteem. A Friday the 13th film without the real Jason in it just didn't sit right with me. But many years after that, for some reason I popped back in and watched Friday the 13th, A New Beginning. And I loved it. I loved everything about it. I could care less that Jason Voorhees was not the killer in the film. And let's look at, what is Jason Voorhees? What purpose does Jason Voorhees serve in these films? Jason Voorhees really, honestly, he's a prop. He is the proverbial, the hook that comes out on stage and pulls a cast member off. That is his purpose in this series. He pops up every now and again and removes a character from the movie. And that happens in this film by a character wearing a hockey mask and a jumpsuit, and he's got a machete. It's just not the real Jason. But as I talked about in my previous video for Friday the 13th Part 4, my slasher movie prerequisite, Friday the 13th Part 5 nails just about all of those prerequisites. First off, the characters in this film, my God. They jump off the screen. I love the characters in this film. I love the new Tommy, the mute sort of, he's standing there, I love that Tommy. I love Reggie the Reckless. I love Violet. I love Demon. I love Ethel. I love Junior. I just love all the characters in this film. They all pop. They all jump off the screen. They're all really memorable. I like the dialogue in the film. You have some of just the darkest, blackest humor in this film, and I absolutely love it. The dialogue between Junior and Ethel, the dialogue between Ethel and just Ethel's dialogue, period, is awesome. The character of Demon and his dialogue with Reggie the Reckless, and him and his girlfriend out, they're singing this a cappella song while Demon's on a porta-john, or in an outhouse, I should say. All that stuff is awesome. The thing with, come on, Roy, get your hands dirty. I love all that. I love all that. That makes the movie completely memorable to me. That makes the characters completely memorable to me. We have a lot of kills in the film. A lot of kills in the film. Up to this point, this was the biggest body count. This may still be the biggest body count in Friday the 13th history. As a matter of fact, I would need to double check, but we're talking, in excess of 20 plus kills in this film. Now, granted, the kills were pretty much neutered by the MPAA, but there's a reason for that, because of the plethora of female flesh on hand. We have breasts, small, medium, large, and extra large in this film. Actually, director Danny Steinman, the late director Danny Steinman, who got his start in porn, and some have said, who worked on Friday the 13th: A New Beginning, that he actually directed that film as if it were a porn film. He traded basically the blood and the gore in the film so he could show more boobs. Gotta love it. God bless him. God bless him. May he rest in peace. But I really look at some of the dialogue and some of the characters in that film, and I really think it came from, and I don't think Steinman gets the credit for this. It came from a really intelligent guy with a really sick, dark sense of humor, and I love that about it. I also think Steinman doesn't get the credit for, this is a really, really odd entry in the series. Instead of them running with, okay, part 5, now Tommy is the killer, Tommy's completely crazy, he's the killer now. They played it more murder mystery. This was the vehicle to take Tommy to becoming the killer, which was the direction for part 6. At the end of part 5, that was where it was going with part 6, without a doubt. So, I mean, he had a pretty daunting task, because in the Friday the 13th universe, at this point, Jason is dead. Jason is deader than dead. We do see the real Jason in this film, although it's sort of his ghostly image, and we don't know, is it all in Tommy's mind, or is he truly being haunted by the phantom of Jason Voorhees? And at the end, he's almost, he is possessed by the spirit of Jason Voorhees. So I think that was a really daunting sort of writing task to take. You've had 4 films that, to be honest, they're pretty much exactly the same. Now we want you to do a psychological thriller, a murder mystery. We don't want the audience to know, is it really Jason, or is it Tommy Jarvis doing this, or is it just somebody completely out of the blue, like, I don't know, the ambulance guy. And, like I said, it was supposed to be the vehicle to sort of turn the series over to Tommy, to make Tommy Jason, or at least Tommy being possessed by the evil that is Jason from that moment on. Of course, that didn't happen. Fans walked out of this movie enraged. Friday 5 made a lot of money, but it pissed off a lot of people, and they totally said, okay, forget about it. Part 6, Jason lives, Jason's back. That's, Jason for Friday the 13th, part 6. But I love everything about Friday the 13th: A New Beginning. I truly believe that if you went into the film just wanting a slasher movie, forget Friday the 13th, forget Jason Voorhees, just a slasher movie. If you went into Friday 5 just wanting a slasher movie, it's hard for me to believe that you could walk out not happy, because you have huge body count, great characters, memorable characters, dark sense of humor, just sleazy. It's just a sleazy movie, but I love that about it. Sleazy. It's just oozing sleaze, but I love that about it. As you guys know, of course, I'm a huge fan of Friday the 13th Part 5, and I will defend it and love it until my dying breath. But definitely let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you even count it as part of this series? But I would definitely challenge you guys. Go get your DVD or Blu-ray or VHS or Laserdisc of Friday the 13th Part 5. Forget the title. Just put it in and watch it as if it is just a slasher movie. Just a typical slasher movie from that era. And I think you'll enjoy it. I truly do. It's just a lot of fun. I love the movie. Let me know what you guys think of it in the comment section. And until I return with Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives, You guys take it easy. Thanks for watching.